This morning. It's morning for us. I know it's evening for some of you. Thank you for joining us. We will show that video again at the end of the presentation. So if you didn't get to see the beginning of it, it's also on our website. So if you are interested in sharing that with others. A few announcements. Please keep your audio on mute until we open it. Well, we will have chances for people to ask questions. And a couple of different times we will dedicate time for questions. If you have a question that you don't want to forget, you can go ahead and type it in the chat and we will address those during the Q&A sessions. So I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation today. Welcome again to the 2024 kickoff meeting for the 25th season of Robofest. This file is available, will be available later today on the Robofest website under Get Involved, and then click the 2024 main page. Our agenda today will go through some minor brief introductions. We'll review the overview of Robofest and the schedule for the season. We will review the general competition rules, the highlights of the rules, the competition categories, and then we're going to go through some of the open competition category highlights, the exhibition rules highlights. We'll take a brief break, then answer questions up to that point, and then we'll get into the game announcement for the game rules for this season. And then after that, we'll have a Q&A again, and we'll do a wrap up at that time. Hopefully we'll be done by 10:30 or an hour and a half. That's our goal. We'll try to keep everybody on schedule. So introducing the Robofest staff, I'm Shannon, and this is Elmer Santos, the director. I'm the assistant director. We also have a part-time coordinator and a database web app developer, Pam and Steven. And then Marilyn, we couldn't function without her. She's our department admin. We have 6 student assistants this year. You'll get to meet those ladies and gentlemen throughout the season, hopefully. We've added a new executive council this year. It's another layer of accountability, and hopefully we'll be increasing our professionalism and our challenges this year by the way of Dr. Chong, Dr. Cartwright, and Dr. Martinson helping us as we go through the season. We also have an advisory board. Many of you are aware that this has been around for a few years to help us with our surveys and our analysis of the program. And then new again this year, we have technical committees. We designed the technical committees to help refine the rules. They will be acting as judges of the World Championship events and the qualifying competitions locally. And you can see a short bio of each of these members on their category webpage. So thank you so much to our technical committees and our advisory board. I think we've done a lot of really nice changes to the program that hopefully everybody will appreciate. We also need to recognize our sponsors. We have some corporate sponsors and some foundational sponsors, and we always appreciate the opportunities that they bring to us and to our students. Getting to the overview and schedule. Robofest was founded in 1999, 25 years ago, by the Math and Computer Science Department here at Lawrence Tech University. It is a festival of competitions with autonomous robots offering students the opportunity to master STEAM and have fun. And we're very proud to state that we've impacted over 34,600 students in the last 25 years in over 30 countries and 18 states. And we are a trademark of Lawrence Technological University. Our mission is to generate excitement, interest among young people in STEAM, computer science, and AI. We hope to develop essential skills and prepare students to excel in higher education and technological careers. Many features of Robofest. We are developed and managed entirely by Lawrence Tech University. The missions are 100% autonomous, and any robot platform and programming language is allowed for most categories. Our teams are small, and we offer a dynamic, challenging playing fields, unknown factors, and no direct adult help. We recognize all participants, and we feel that we are very affordable. Our registration team fee is still only $75. Teams can reuse old kits, and most of our parts for the field elements are off the shelf. There's quite a variety of competition categories, and we hold ourselves accountable through surveys before and after the competition to measure the success of our program. We offer some scholarship opportunities for Lawrence Tech, for Robofest participants to attend Lawrence Tech. The Lawrence Tech scholarship opportunity that's been around for a while is the $3,000 annual renewable scholarship. For a total of $12,000. This is open to any participant in any area, anytime, even if they participated several years ago, they can apply for the this scholarship. So after they submit the LTU application, they would just complete the scholarship application as well, right on the application page. And then there is a letter of recommendation required. We can assist with that if requested, and the deadline for the submission is April 1st. Last year, we introduced a new scholarship called the Robofest World Champion LTU Scholarship. We presented a $17,000 annual Robofest World Champion LTU certificate to all the team members of the senior, first place, game, exhibition, Robo Arts, Robo Med. And this year we're expanding to UMC and VCC teams for a total of $68,000 for the 4 years of college. Students must meet the requirements. They have to enroll immediately after their high school graduation that following year, and they must meet the LTU admissions criteria. Again, it is renewable each year, but the student must maintain at least 12 credit hours and maintain a 3.0 GPA. We're doing something new and exciting this fall. We're having a special UMC challenge for high school students to compete on November 4th for a chance to win a $17,000 champion scholarship. These are individuals, not teams. If you know anybody in the area, there's still space available. And if they want to get some skills built, we are offering a Saturday workshop on the 21st of October from 1 to 5 using VEX robots. The VEX is not required for the competition. It is still open to any of the allowed kits. And I would add that Spike Prime Robot Inventor is also allowed here. But we will loan out VEX kits if students are interested in participating in the workshop or the competition. Something new again this year, we have a lot of new things coming up. Robofest is now listed as one of the providers on the Michigan Department of Education 99H Robotics Competition Grant, which is funding available to public schools, intermediate school districts, and non-public schools. So depending on the category and the skill, the experience of the team, grants are between $500 and $1,200, and coach stipends around $1,000 to $1,500 for Robofest teams, but they must be registered in the system by December 31st. So even though a lot of our sites aren't up in the system, we do have a pre-registration site available. So if you know that you want to participate, but you just don't know where, go ahead and register your teams in the system in the pre-registration event. There is more detailed information on how to apply for the grant on Michigan Department of Education's Tech Plan website. And we are planning to host some intro to Robofest coaching workshops for new coaches around the area. And we have a schedule coming out soon, so stay tuned. We are very happy to announce that for I believe the 12th or 15th, I'm not sure exactly how many years, a long time, Robofest has been sponsored by the Michigan Council of Women in Technology, and they are offering $750 grants for all girl Robofest teams in Michigan. The application is open. It'll be a rolling application, so they'll be reviewing them at the end of each month. So if you're interested in applying for this grant, go ahead and apply as soon as you can, so we can make sure that we fill all of these grants and get the full amount of opportunity for our Robofest students. We're also looking for site hosts. We rely on local volunteer host sites to manage our qualifiers, locally and internationally. Robofest competitions provide great visibility for your organization and opportunities for STEAM outreach in your local area. Qualifying competitions are usually only a half a day, and you can schedule them on a weekday or a weekend, weeknight, Saturday or Sunday, anytime. We usually provide all of the promotional materials, information management website for registration, competition prep, the materials you would need to host a site, event support, including sign, name badges, agenda, and participant recognition. We ask that the organization just provide the facility, the volunteers to host. You can offer a concession stand, and you can even collect an optional check-in fee per team to help to offset some of your costs. Please consider hosting a site if you're new to the Robofest program. Okay, our schedule this year. We initially published the rules on September 30th, last Friday. Hopefully you've had a chance to take a look. We opened our team registration on October 1st, and we are now today having our kickoff meeting 1. And so I know some of the international competitions will begin very soon. And then on November 2nd, we'll have a second kickoff meeting. We'll review the questions, any follow-up from this meeting, any adjustments to the rules. And then we'll have a third kickoff meeting and finalize all the rules on January 13th. January and February, we host workshops for registered teams. And then on February 10th, we will be inviting some teams to host a game warm-up so we can train our judges. That's very important, and we like to make it as qualifier-like as possible, because you never know what's going to happen when we're on the ground. We can make all the scenarios ourselves, but unless it's actually a real live thing, it's challenging to get all of our judges trained. So we appreciate the teams that come there. On February 17th, the U.S. competitions will begin. And then on April 14th is our last day for international and U.S. qualifiers. Video qualifier submissions are due the 15th of April. And then all of the teams that are either waitlisted or video qualifier competitions will be notified of their advancement to the World Championship by April 18th. It might be sooner, but that's the last day we will notify teams of advancement. April 19th and 20th, we're going to host invitational events at Lawrence Tech, and then the World Championship is scheduled for May 9th, 10th, and 11th here on Lawrence Tech's campus. Regarding the workshops, they are on-campus workshops in computer science, our lab J234. They are free for registered game or exhibition teams, and students can register for multiple workshops. When I show you the schedule, you'll see what I mean by categories and languages. The workshop materials will also be posted to our eAcademy page on our site, and coaches may also attend the workshops as they want to build their skills. The schedule is available on the next slide, but it may change. The list and the registration links will be on the registration page under available workshops on the left menu. So here are our currently scheduled workshops. Saturday, January 20th, we have 2. Morning session is Vex IQ with Vex Code, EV3 Lego with Scratch, and then we'll repeat that event. That seems to be our most popular, so we'll repeat that again on the 27th. And then we're going to do a Lego Spike Prime Robot Inventor with Scratch. All of these are for game specific. It's open to anyone, but they're pretty much targeted to game teams. But then on Saturday, February 3rd, we're hosting an AI machine learning, specifically intended for exhibition teams. And then again, we'll have a Spike Prime Robot Inventor with Python language. And we might adjust, like I said, adjust these as people are registering. We might add some. So keep in mind that, register soon, register early, so they don't run the risk of being canceled or updated. All right, we're going to go into the general competition highlights. Please note that this is not an official document. General competition rules is available on the main page on the Robofest website. It's called the 2024 main page under the About menu. Coaches are responsible for communicating rules and updates, and participants are responsible for knowing and following the competition and category rules. Who can coach a Robofest team? We consider qualified coaches adults with no criminal record. They must review and understand the general and category rules and communicate those with team members. They must have a valid and confirmed email address and must check that account regularly. That is the main way we communicate with our coaches. They register teams for competitions. They enter and verify the information and then pay the registration fee before registration closes. They also must coordinate the completion of the informed consent media authorization form, and that has to be done either online with their parent or guardian or a hard copy collected and turned in at the site. They should coordinate the pre and post assessments to help us gather our data, and that would be through email. They should facilitate, transport, and oversee team members at the events and their practices. They ensure that students do the work. Coaches, parents, team mentors may not directly assemble the robots or write code for the team at any time. And we have a coach pledge. I'm not going to read it here. It's quite lengthy, but you can see this on our website. We do ask coaches to agree to and abide by the pledge to uphold and maintain the spirit of Robofest. Any organization can form a team, homeschool, school club, school class, organization. So we have quite a varied amount of different amounts of teams from different organizations. The grade level divisions for each category are on each category rules document, but we do allow age division waivers. Those could be requested during the registration process for exceptions if for students wanting to play up or play down. We usually approve playing up. Playing down is we need justification for playing down. It's not very popular, but we know it does happen. A team member may join multiple teams, but not in the same category. For example, they can't be on two separate game teams during the qualifying season, but they can participate in a game competition or a bottle sumo competition. And for example, a team can register at multiple qualifying sites. So like a group of 3 students can register for game at one site, and then if they don't advance, they can register for game again, but it has to be the whole team, not just 1 or 2 members. We do allow some exceptions for that, but we do try to track that the whole team repeats if they want to try again. As far as the responsibilities for teams, students should do all the work. Coaches and mentors should only guide the team to find their own solutions. The team needs to observe all the general and category rules, observe the event check-in time set by the site hosts, and bring all the materials they need. The team must follow the pit area rules, meaning that only the teams and authorized adults may be in the pit, and there's no communicating with coaches, parents, or mentors during the work time during the competition. Teams are also responsible to respect other teams and the spectators, and not to mention also the judges and other volunteers. And team members are also requested to maintain the spirit of Robofest, and we do have a team pledge as well. Regarding the 24 competition categories, we have several different categories. Depending on your different skill level and experience for your team. There's 8 different categories this year. We have qualifying categories and open categories, and I'll explain all of those. It's varied STEAM subjects. We have game style with fixed rules and exhibition style that are project-based. Our 2024 categories this year, meaning that the teams must participate in a qualifier in order to advance to the Robofest World Championship Finals. The game this year is called Autonomous Taxi. Junior and senior age divisions, any robot platform. And there are unknown factors that are unveiled at the competition. Some are unveiled before the work time and some are after impound. Exhibition is another qualifying category. Teams can produce any event or any project they'd like to solve with a robot. We'll go into more detail in a little bit later about these different categories. The junior and senior, maximum team of 5, and any robot platform. Our open categories, we have Bottle Sumo Junior, Bottle Sumo Senior Classic, which we have limits on the robot platforms, and then Bottle Sumo Senior Unlimited using any platform, and the maximum size for those teams is 3. Our Unknown Mission Challenge, we have some limits on the robot platforms as well. We have 2 age divisions with a maximum team size of 4. Robo Arts, we have junior and senior. Robo Parade, we have expanded junior 4th through 8th grade. Robo Med, junior and senior. And Vision Centric Challenge is a senior category with a maximum team size. This might be different. We're still working out some information on that, so please don't use this as a rule here. The registration fees for all the qualifiers and the open events and the World Championship events for US teams is $75. A separate fee is applied for each event. We try not to give refunds. If extenuating circumstances, we will consider. Some international sites will have a different fee structure. Some sites do not use our registration system, so they work with their own teams to set their own registration fee. As I mentioned, sites may request an additional fee, and teams who advance would then pay a separate registration fee for World Championship, whether they're coming from US or international. So we would collect that for the World Championship event. How do teams advance? There's different ways teams advance. This is for game and exhibition teams advancing to the finals, depending on the category and where the team is from. So there's 5 different categories, 4 for the US and then international. And all in US and Michigan teams can register for open events at the World Championship as space allows. So for example, Michigan game teams, the first place game team from each category or each qualifying competition will automatically advance to the finals. And other game teams may be invited based on their qualifying score. We will target and keep a rolling list of the scores. And as we find teams that have qualified, we will notify them, but we will know later than April 15th. So teams who know that they didn't qualify, for example, they know that they're not even close, they have a second chance to qualify for the World Championship, and they can register again at either another local qualifier, video submission, or the Michigan Invitational events on April 19th and 20th. We do require a new registration with a new team number and a separate fee. And then the total number of teams advancing from that event, from the Invitational, will be decided on the team scores. For Michigan exhibition teams, it's virtually the same. The first place team from the exhibition qualifiers will advance automatically. Other exhibition teams may be invited based on their preview video and score. They must have the preview video link uploaded to their registration page, and then the teams will be notified of advancement no later than April 15th. Exhibition teams who would like a second chance to qualify may register to compete again via video qualifier submission with a separate registration, separate team number, and then again, the number of teams advancing from there will be determined by their scores. For game teams outside of Michigan, it's first place award-winning teams automatically qualify. Other teams will be invited up based on their scores. And then teams who would like a second chance to qualify may submit through video qualifier. Same thing with exhibition. US teams outside of Michigan, first place teams advance. Other exhibition teams will be invited based on their scores, but their preview video link must be uploaded in order for us to consider them. And then exhibition teams can also apply for a second chance by a video qualifier. For international groups, international game, exhibition, and open category teams in member countries will compete at their events. And then the directors will decide who advances based on our quotas that we're working with each director on. The qualified teams will be advanced by the director. The international game and exhibition teams in non-member countries may compete via international video submission, which is due April 15th. And then international open category teams in non-member countries can register directly and come to the Robofest World Championship open category events as space permits. One of the things that we're really excited about that we've done for years is the video qualifier submission, because we do have a lot of teams that are in underserved or areas that can't get to a qualifier in the US and in Michigan, as well as international groups. So there are two ways. There's an international video qualifier for, and then the US video qualifier for game and exhibition teams. We will, for game teams, the unknown tasks and factors are emailed to the coach on Thursday, April 4th. And then the submission deadline for everyone is April 15th. And we do remind our adults that they can help produce the video and that the teams should acknowledge everyone in the video in their end credits. And then they would upload the video to a sharing site and then insert the link on the team registration page. More details are about this in the general rules. Okay, we're gonna go through some highlights of the competition categories. You want to take over, Elmer? Are you gonna do game? Okay, I'll keep going. So we're just gonna highlight the open competitions. The bottle sumo. The object is to be the first robot to intentionally push a bottle off the table or be the last bottle on the table. We do have 3 divisions, as I mentioned. Junior and senior classic are limited to Lego or Vex robots. And then senior unlimited is any robot platform with a maximum team size of 3. We do have some new table configurations and unknown tasks for 2024. So if you're used to bottle sumo, please make sure you go and review the new rules documents, all the rules and scorecards, and we have some examples on our website, but I'm going to show you a little bit what we're talking about. We're adding some elements to the table. So the robots will be coming up ramps. So the robot must be able to start anywhere on the ramp in any orientation, and then the ramp location will be unveiled prior to each match. So for those of you who have been doing bottle sumo for a long time, please be aware that we are making some changes to make things a little more exciting this year. For Unknown Mission Challenge, it's a mission that's completely unknown until the day of the challenge. All the robot components are unassembled at the start of the event. There's 2 age divisions. This is for the open categories in May. Junior grades 5 through 8 and senior grades 9 through 12 with a maximum team size of 3. We are limiting to Lego and Vex IQ kits. The senior division world championship winning team is awarded the scholarship certificate at the event, and the rules and some ways to get teams started, but not the mission, is on robofest.net under the UMC page. We are bringing back the Vision-Centric Challenge this year. The title of the challenge is Vision-Based Measurement System. It's a visual inspection challenge which simulates a manufacturing environment. There's 1 age division of senior. Because it is an advanced vision challenge, we are finding that that's where we are trying to target. The maximum team size is 5. I did communicate with the tech committee yesterday that that's the plan. The World Championship winning team will be awarded their $17,000 scholarship certificate, and the rules will be posted to the site just before our next kickoff meeting. So we'll be able to announce in November the actual rules of the Vision-Centric Challenge in November. Robo Arts is an exhibition style, which is a project-based presentation specifically focused on visual arts or kinetic arts and performing arts, music, dance, and skits. 2 age divisions, maximum team size of 5, and the senior division winning team at the World Championships is awarded their scholarship certificate. The rules and the rubric can be found on the Robo Arts webpage. Please make sure everyone reads the new, we have made some changes to the rubrics for all of the presentation, exhibition style events too. So make sure that teams are aware of what they're being judged on. RoboMed is another exhibition style project regarding intelligent and interactive biomedical robots or devices in the healthcare field. We do require sensors and actuators on those, and we promote the entrepreneurial mindset. Maximum team is 5 in the 2 age divisions. The senior division World Championship team will be awarded their scholarship certificate, and the rules and rubrics are on our RoboMed page. And last but not least, our Robo Parade. The robots are constructed and programmed by student participants to follow a parade route, detect other vehicles, and stop and start without human help. We have a theme this year, on the farm, and that could be anything, animals, fruits and vegetables, farm machinery, anything like that related to farm life. Local events may host a Robo Parade and they might have their own theme, but the World Championship theme is on the farm. The robots pull or carry a decorative parade float. Please review the rules for the expanded age division 4th through 8th grade. I'm going to highlight the exhibition rules because it is a qualifier. It's a little different. Teams compete at local or online qualifiers or video submission in order to advance. The team has complete freedom to create an interactive and intelligent robotic project using sensors. There are 2 age divisions with a maximum team size of 5, and the senior division at the World Championship event will be awarded the certificate for the scholarship. The rules and judging rubric are available on the Robofest website under Get Involved, and then click on Exhibition, or if you scroll down on our new webpage, redesigned, you can get directly to any of the sites, competition categories at the bottom of the page. There's direct links. For exhibition, prior to the competition day, the teams are required to provide a written description, video link for judges to preview, and that needs to be uploaded to the system, as well as the source code 1 week prior for judge review. And the code inspectors will work together with the judges and may recommend points for programming. Teams should bring all the necessary materials to their event. Any material that is safe for humans can be used. Robot to robot and human to robot interaction are strongly encouraged. Wireless program control remotes are allowed. They must employ sensors. Demo space for each team is limited to 64 square feet. And projects entered in previous competition categories of any kind can be entered, but the team must add new features or significantly improve or change 1 or more features. So please review the actual rules for the and rubric for exhibition so that the teams know where to score the most points and how to maximize their scores. All right, so we're going to take a little break. I'm going to stop sharing so we can see everybody. You want to ask any questions? Do we have any questions in the chat?
I don't see any.
No specific questions. Does anybody have any questions up to what we've covered so far? I know you're anxiously awaiting the game rules, which is always fun and exciting. So if you have a question and you want to ask it out loud, just raise your hand and we'll get you logged in. Otherwise, if you want us to, yes, Matt, the PowerPoint will be available later today on the website. But this is mostly a summary of the general and the the general and category rules. So if you have any questions, Matt, holler and I'll work with you on anything you need. Anything else? Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn it over to Elmer. I'm going to continue sharing my screen, but Elmer's going to review the game rules. So we can continue with our presentation.
Actually, we're going to start with the video.
Okay. Elmer's got a video to share.
Okay, we're happy to announce the new game for this year, Autonomous Taxi. Here's the game scenario. For those who cannot or choose not to drive, self-driving vehicles could be safe and reliable transportation. Those with a disability or the elderly would be able to travel without putting others at risk. Self-driving vehicles could reduce the stress of driving, eliminate driver distraction, lower the number of accidents, and make traveling more sustainable. Imagine a world where an autonomous taxi can take people to where they want to go or deliver their food. In addition, imagine if the autonomous vehicle can help an elderly or disabled person get to the second floor of a building. All right, so I think as you've seen from the video, the synopsis is delivering 3 passengers and food to their desired destinations while obeying traffic laws and avoiding collisions. As in previous years, a 2-minute maximum for the round. All tasks must be autonomous, and there will be some unknown tasking factors. Yeah, for junior division, the basic tasks are passenger 1 needs to go specifically to building C. So passenger 1 to building C, second floor, and I will explain the detail soon. Passengers 2 and 3, they could possibly go to A, B, or C. That location will be unveiled before work time. Then the food, which is this orange circle here, has to be delivered to building B. The robot must avoid pedestrians, which are in this green median area, to get maximum points. And then anytime the robot passes through this or over the black line, it must stop for at least 1 second. Otherwise, there will be a penalty. All right, you may have noticed that there is a barcode, a 3-bit barcode. Each segment can be 0 or 1, black or white or black. And that will be used for junior division for the end task. The code will be unveiled after impound. So some examples, display the color of bit 2 at the end of the round, or possibly stop in front of goal A if bit 1 is black, stop in front of goal B if it's white. You may notice that I didn't use all the information, so students may or may not need to use all the bid information to do the unknown, but the possibility is there. For senior division, similar rules. I'll highlight the differences. For passenger 3, the destination is unveiled via the barcode just before the start of the round. So the robot must have the pre-programmed knowledge of how to deliver passenger 3. And also the barcodes will, the end task will be a little more challenging for senior division. Yes, so as an example, for senior, we might say display the colors of all 3 bits, or possibly do a math calculation, the sum of the 3 bits, assuming white is 0, black is 1. This is how the destination will work for the senior division. It'll work according to this chart. Right, these are the bit combinations, these are the destinations, so the robot must be programmed to deliver accordingly. As in previous years, there is a junior division and a senior division, maximum team size of 5. And then, as Shannon mentioned, senior division will be awarded a $17,000 renewable LTU scholarship certificate. Okay, here are the field specifications. One feature this year, we've tried to minimize the changes that need to be made between rounds. So the only thing that's really going to change between rounds is the location of the barcode and start line, right? That can vary anywhere in that range, 65 to 80 centimeters. The rest of the dimensions will be fixed, at least for the qualifying competitions. Yeah, I mentioned some of the differences between junior and senior, but just to reiterate, game ending task will be more challenging for senior. Destination of passenger 3 will be unveiled after impound for senior. Senior is not limited to the number of robot controllers, and vision sensors are allowed for senior. Materials list, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but just we tried to use common items, the folding tables that we've used in previous years with a contrasting surface. Golf balls for the passenger and food. There's common boxes which would need some modification. These are the approximate dimensions. Some D-size batteries for the pedestrians, foil tape, electrical tape, green paper, black and white paper, whole reinforcement stickers, and some transparent tape for taping down some of the objects. Yeah, here's the detail I was going to for building C, which has a 2nd floor. So the building will be subdivided. 1st floor, 2nd floor, and then there's a floor that's diagonal. And that what that enables is delivery from above to get to the 2nd floor and below to get to the 1st floor. So delivering from above is going to be more challenging. So we will be rewarding more points for delivering to the 2nd floor of building C for the passenger 1. A little more detail on the buildings. There will also be a flap to enable passengers' food to be delivered through the slot. And then whole reinforcement stickers to help aid the location of the passengers and food. Passengers will be labeled 1, 2, or 3. Orange ball does not need to be labeled. And then the green median made out of green paper and aligned with the black tape. And then there's some zones where the passengers may be, and that their location is random. Robot specifications. Robots must be created by students. By that, we know there's going to be collaboration. There's going to be reverse engineering So robots may look the same, but the team must be able to show that they built and know how to operate the robot. Any kit may be used. Maximum dimensions 35 by 35, no height limitations or weight limitations. Any sensors, any number of robots, motors. Procedures similar to previous years. If a violation occurs, the round will stop. We allow one reset per round. Okay, the final scoring will be done after the run is over. One thing new this year, judges will have to keep track of the line violations during the round. Teams will play 2 rounds. Each round will have a different set of unknown tasking factors. This is the scorecard. It's basically decided by the location of each passenger, the food, the pedestrians, whether the end mission is completed, stop line violations, robot remained intact, and then whether there was a reset. So similar to other years, 100 points maximum. And then we'll keep the time for 100 pointers for potential tiebreakers. Here's an example of UTF for junior. The location of the 3 passengers. And then an end task, in this case, it says robot must be stopped with a sensor position over the south edge and displaying the status of bit 1. Here's an example of senior. As I've stated, the destination of 3 will be unveiled after the round. So there's not given. And then a slightly harder end task, robot must stop with sensor position over the south edge of the field and display the distance from bit 2 to the end. Yeah, so that's one thing teams should note. Something like this might be asked, so teams should be prepared to incorporate into their program measuring distances. Another thing new this year is our ranking method. We're going to a new method, which I'm not sure if anyone else uses. It's called best plus average divided by 2. So this incorporates both the ability of a robot to get a high score as well as consistency. And we think this will help reduce the number of ties and also highlight at the same time still reward teams for good performances. So tiebreakers will be best score of the round, highest time left, if 100 points, and then a rerun if needed. And we don't expect a lot of reruns this year. So yeah, and there's some examples provided in the rules. We have a set of frequently asked questions. I'm not going to go through those today, but anything that comes up, we will keep this up to date and hopefully cover everything that's brought up during the season. All right, so I'd like to thank the tech committee, game tech committee. We went through a lot of revisions. Hopefully, we provided a challenging and fun game this year. So good luck to everyone.
You want to open up to questions now? You can stop the share and we can bring everybody in. We might have to go back to the presentation, but are there any questions about the rules, the game rules, or anything else? We did have a question regarding advancing the first place qualifier from each game and exhibition event in the US will automatically advance to the World Championship. So to answer that question, the international quota has been worked with each international director. So we didn't share it here today, but we are working with each international partner to manage their quotas based on their numbers of teams and qualifying events. It is, the quotas are also listed in the general rules. Please review the general rules. This was a highlight reel. The schedules might change, but the actual general rules has the detail about team starting and other information. So are there any questions? Go ahead and raise your hand and we'll bring you in.
Oh. I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I have a question with the senior rules. If you go back to the bit string there, when you say that display the sum, is that the binary sum, or is that going to be the sum of bit 1, bit 2, bit 3?
Yeah, it's the sum of bit 1, bit 2, bit 3. We can make like I said, that's just an example, but we'll have more detail to try to clarify that for the actual events.
Yeah, I was thinking that is like a binary sequence there. And then for the just for example, for that I'm using a like I'm creating like a index card with the black and white on it. Separate, no, just makes it easier than just strips of paper.
Yes, that's what we use as well. I think we're considering trying to do something that can be printed, which might help, but but yeah, either is
yeah. I just need to get clarification on the sum there, because I'm thinking is like 4-3. It's like 4-2-1. Then so how I'm interpreting it.
yeah.
Yeah, that way I know what position where my person number 3 goes.
Yeah. We'll make sure to do that.
Yeah, it didn't appear on the presentation you shared that it was binary. It said it was a binary sequence. It said each card, each color was 1 or 0.
Yeah. So it gives us flexibility to define whatever it is, and then whatever it is will be defined for at each competition.
Thank you.
Yeah, too. This is for you guys. I actually ordered the I went out to the link for the boxes you provided, and I was not going to get them till like middle of November. So I just said I got some brown ones instead, which I got in 2 days.
Okay, yeah. The color is not critical.
Yep.
For the,
I read that in there. I went back through and I saw that there. So yep, that would do better than.
Yeah. Okay, there's a question for seniors in the game. Did we consider pedestrians not being on the median? Yes, we did. We thought that would be a bit difficult, but we'll monitor that during the season, and that's one of the potential changes we can make for the World Championship to make it more challenging. But yeah, no, that's a good suggestion, and a real world problem, right? That's really the more like reality.
Yeah, 1 second. That's kind of quick to look at it and see if it's stopping or not.
Yeah, that's a good point too. We can, yeah, we'll consider increasing that if that's going to be an issue for judges.
No, you really got to look at it quickly.
Yeah. Okay, no, thanks, Brian. We'll discuss that as well. Okay. Any more questions? Now, this is some great input. Thank you very much. Okay, I think.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna come back in the frame here. We're going to Okay, good question regarding single. Yes, we do allow teams of one. Single teams, depending on what category they're in. There are some points for teamwork. Do we still have the teamwork for the exhibition style, Elmer? Forgive me if I can't remember.
I think that you will have to look. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
check depending on what category the student is interested in. For the game style, definitely there is no issue with teams of one. For the exhibition style, there might be a points deduction for teamwork. Obviously, if there's no team to work with, then but that's might be a very small deduction if it's still even there. I'm forgive me for not remembering year over year all the rubric changes for the exhibition style game program. So good luck to your student, and let us know if you have any questions. If you hang up today and you realize that you forgot something, we are available through email, robofest@ltu.edu. You can please send us an email. We will get back to you if the question is regarding something that everybody would have benefit of knowing the answer to, we'll add it to the frequently asked questions, whether it's for the game or just a general on our website. So we're going to go ahead and replay the 2023 wrap-up video for the season. How to order the program kit. I'm not sure if you're asking about the robot or the game field. Are you asking specifically? Okay, you can order the robot from, it depends on what platform you're interested in. Lego Education has robots. We don't sell robots here through this office. There are robots available on eBay, Craigslist. You could probably find used ones. Ask other people in your area if they have students that are no longer. You know what? We might even work with some other groups here. It might be something we can do in the future. Is if people are transitioning from one platform to another, and they have some old kits to spare, and they want to offload them, we could maybe put like a message board on our system. So yeah, Vex is a good platform from what I've heard. It's got a lot of interesting power and things that Lego doesn't have, but it depends on where you want to start, how you want to get going. So Vex or Lego Education are our two more popular sites for robots. Any other questions?
Oh, they're asking about a pre-event for Robo Arts.
Oh, I'm sorry. The pre-registration site is not an actual event. The pre-registration all the teams that are registering in that placeholder right now will be moved to a different event. The reason we have that open is one, so teams can register for workshops in the spring as the sites are becoming applications for sites are coming in. And then we also have the Michigan 99H grant, and the registration deadline for that is December 31st. So there is no event on December 31st. It's just a pre-registration for every team to get registered and pay their fees so they can be qualified for other things.
Oh, another question. Is it possible help for international judges using Zoom? Yes, we can try to schedule something. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Yeah, so we'll try to schedule something that shortly after the warm-up competition.
Yeah, if you need to have it before February, if your events are coming up sooner than that.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know, and we might have something for the international directors where we can do, it's not necessarily something that's live, because we create the videos for the judging at the February warm-up event, but if that's too late for the international partners, we can go through some scenarios in advance of that for your help. Okay, so the question regarding when is the competition and when does the project have to be ready? It depends on where you are. the competitions will be coming online as we get applications. So if are you in Michigan or are you?
You're saying
Oh, Ottawa. There is no event in Ottawa right now, so I would suggest that you would either compete through video qualifier, Alex.
Which event? This is the one for RoboArts?
Well,
or-
hold on. Yeah, there's Ottawa, there's Alex and okay, yeah, RoboArts. So RoboArts is the event is in May, the World Championship RoboArts for you in for the open category. And then Michigan, let's see what the question was. So if you're in Michigan, towards the beginning of February, and I'm hoping that we have all of our local sites registered in our system. So if you wanted to pre-register, I would work with you to find the site location and date that works best for you. So it's right now, we're just, because we're pre-season, we're definitely waiting for our Robofest site hosts to submit their applications to host. I have one in Michigan so far in Napoleon, which is in Washtenaw County, but we usually have Canton and Troy and Warren, and we've had a lot of other groups that have expressed interest. So towards the beginning of at the beginning of the year in January, February, the sites will be coming online for registration. So go ahead and pre-register. We can get you moved over once those are available. Requirements to become a site host. That's a good question. There is information on the website about sites, hosting a site and the requirements. If you go to our website and there's a menu that says for site hosts on the top bar, there's some documentation there. And if you want to give me a call after or an email, send me a note and then we can work together and get you set up. So definitely, I'm always looking for new site hosts. We do request that you host a minimum of 5 teams. If you have more than that, that's awesome. We try to restrict you to about one category or sometimes 2, but yeah, please definitely discuss with your schools, discuss with your organizations. But we do have a minimum of 5 teams per category. Otherwise, they are converted to a video qualifier or they're moved to another site if there are more in the area.
Okay, I think we should clarify on open events, just to make sure everyone understands for the open categories, such as RoboArts, Robo Parade,
Bottle Sumo.
yeah, Bottle Sumo, those are open to sign up for the World Championship. And I guess, well, for countries, there's slightly different.
Yeah.
But
US teams can come to those events as long as space available. You can register for a Bottle Sumo at the World Championships without having qualified. If there is an event near you and there's like a Bottle Sumo event, some of our local hosts host Bottle Sumo, it's not a qualifier. So anybody who participates in the Bottle Sumo event locally can also compete again at the World Championship Open without having won, even if they came in dead last. They can try again. That's an open. It's not a qualifier.
right. So, and then the same for Canada, correct?
Well, Canada, yes. Canada has, there is a maritime group, Acadia University hosts for the maritime provinces. I know Ottawa is probably not very close to Nova Scotia, but there is an event in Nova Scotia, I want to say in February, that's in the system. So if you would be interested in, yeah, it is very far. Yeah. So I would suggest that if you wanted to host one in Ottawa, that would be awesome. Then we would work with you and get you what you needed there.
Yeah, and sometimes open categories will do a demonstration at the other competitions as practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be exciting to have a second group in Canada. We would really love that. Anything else? I'm going to stop recording.